Are you happy here?
Absolutely. This is home. This is my home. Unfortunately I did it to myself. I won't even say unfortunately I did it to myself, but this is my home, man. I love it here.
A.J. Brown accomplished his mission. Now the Broncos will pay. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here, and thank you, A.J. Brown. Thank you for stepping up and saying what needed to be said to get this offense turned around. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, listen to A.J. Brown, in his own words, address everything he tweeted the other day and what's been going on.
First off, I want to start off by saying, obviously, Sunday after the game, I let my frustrations boil over. I didn't speak to the media. I had a chance to correct my frustrations, and I continued to let it boil over. That's on me. I take full accountability on that, posting that. My message on Twitter wasn't directed at anyone in the building. Not my coaches, not my quarterback, my GM, nobody. Like I said, I take full accountability. I have an open communication with all my coaches and with my quarterback as well. Me and my coaches, KP, Nick, we discuss weekly about trying to get this thing on the same page. So yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
What are your frustrations with?
I think it's normal to have frustrations because of the standard that we hold ourselves to, and we have a lot of talent on offense, and to be honest, defense and special teams have been low-key carrying us, and it's just like we need to clean up what we need to clean up and get on the same page, and and play to the ability that we say that we can and be who we are called to be. So it's a standard that we preach, and so it's easy to have that frustration. I think it's fair to have that frustration, but like I said, I just can't let that boil over. So.
Based on the content of that tweet, it seemed like maybe you were feeling like you weren't being listened to. Is that the case, or is that not the case?
No, again, like I said, the tweet wasn't directed at anyone because I am listened to. Like I said, I have an open communication with my coaches, Nick, KP. I talk all the time with those guys. Nick FaceTime me on Monday when I'm not in the building. This is like a every weekly thing. That's the relationship that we have. So that's not the case at all. So.
The first posted account that it was posted on September 3rd. It might be been on your mind for a while.
No. I mean, obviously, you can use that verse for anything in life, So, like I said, it's not directed at anyone. Obviously, I got a lot of stuff on my phone. I got a lot of memes on my phone, as people know. So I'm the meme king. So.
AJ, you mentioned you talked to Sirianni and Kevin Patullo quite a bit. How about Jalen? What's your chemistry like with Jalen as you guys try to get this fixed?
Yeah, so we're always working to get on the same page. It's not that much of communication because of, during the game, I'm not the person that's on the sidelines saying, give me the ball. So I don't understand where people say that he's forcing me the ball because I'm complaining. But if you ask any of my teammates, I'm probably the quietest one on the sideline. I don't even go to the huddle during the timeouts. I try to let the game come to me, and I don't even tell KP to call this and call that. That's the player I am, so.
How about during the week? What's your communication with him like?
We're always trying to just get better. We in the meetings we're talking through things. So,
Just to clarify, AJ, are you happy here?
Absolutely. This is home. This is my home. Unfortunately I did it to myself. I won't even say unfortunately I did it to myself, but this is my home, man. I love it here. But you just see frustration because obviously we want to be great, and most definitely I want to be great as well. So.
Do you feel like there's misconception? I'm sure you saw it all over social media. Do you feel like there's misconception of how that tweet or the messaging was construed?
Yeah, I think so. Again, I take accountability for that, But I think it's fair to want the ball to get us going. Like last week against the Rams, I caught the sluggo, got the offense going next play, opened up for Dallas Goedert. The safety came over to my side and opened it up. So. I don't think it's a bad thing for wanting the ball. It's not just for targets or anything to put numbers up. But no, I see that we're struggling, and I'm a guy that wants the ball in those times when we can't find a way. Give it to me. Like when the game's on the line, give the ball to me. I want that. I want that pressure. I put it on myself, and I work hard for it. And so And that's what, the misconstruction or whatever you misconstrue, whatever perspective you can about me, but it is what it is. And I don't care, to be honest, because my teammates know. My teammates know that when the game's on the line, look at me, and I want everybody in the stadium to know that, that's not a secret. I'm not shying away from that. And so that's where you see that frustration, because that hunger comes out. And it's because I see we struggling, and I believe that you give the ball to me, I'm going to open up things, and I'm going to get this thing going. You can put it on my back. So
You said that. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I look at this and I say, A.J. Brown did what he had to do. I don't believe, and I've said this from the get-go, I don't believe this was about him being selfish, him being a diva. This was about him and other players on offense, just the offense on a whole, trying to get going, trying to get the coaches to listen to them. They thought that they had spoke to them the week prior, but it felt like nothing got through, and that's what I think this was about. And A.J. Brown did what had to be done. And I do believe that the Eagles are going to go out there. They're going to go out there against the Denver Broncos, and they're going to tear this team up. They're going to win it's going to be like 37-10, 38-17 maybe. It's going to be a blowout. It is going to be a monster blowout, because I think this whole thing that happened with A.J. Brown speaking up or putting a tweet up, they can't avoid it. The coaching staff can't avoid it, and I think that everybody wants to get this offense going. And I think A.J. Brown spoke up for the offense. That's what he's done. He's done it in the past, and it's worked. I believe it'll work again. And I expect A.J. Brown and his offense to go out and have a monster game this week. This wasn't about being a diva or being selfish. This was about, this offense isn't good enough right now, and we're 4-0, and because we're 4-0, we're ignoring the problems that we can't be ignoring. So therefore, I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to have to speak up in a way publicly that forces the team to address these flaws and these issues. Because last week, when we beat the Rams, it wasn't addressed properly. And I believe that's what's going on. That's what went on with A.J. Brown, and I love him for it. I do. I absolutely love him for it. Now, there's a few things, other things I want to talk about really quick. First thing is, let's go over this injury report for this week. So today at practice, guess who didn't practice? Guess who wasn't out there? Dallas Goedert again. Dallas Goedert knee did not practice. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if it'll affect his status to play this weekend. I hope that's not the case. But Dallas Goedert did not practice. And then Jalen Carter, shoulder, was limited practice. Adoree Jackson, groin, limited at practice. Lane Johnson, shoulder, limited at practice. One that I left till the end was Nakobe Dean. That's right. Nakobe Dean, he has been activated. His practice window has now been activated. So he returned to practice today on a limited practice, limited participant. However, Nakobe Dean is on his way back to play. Will he play versus Denver? Look, it ain't going to matter. It ain't going to matter, because I'm telling you right now, this team is going to blow Denver out. They're going to blow them out. Just check what my plan is for this weekend. Now would be a great time to talk about our new sponsor, ProfitX. ProfitX is the ultimate sports prediction market. Join thrilling sweepstakes to make peer-to-peer plays with fellow fans. Set your own odds for bigger payouts. All legal in 40 states. Outsmart your friends. Elevate your game with ProfitX. All you got to do is use promo code Philly500 at the sign-up to get up to $200 in ProfitX cash. That's $200 in ProfitX cash. All you have to do is use promo code Philly500. Must be of legal age. Void where prohibited. Start now at ProfitX. My play for this week, what I really like, I like the Eagles to blow out the Broncos. I think it's going to happen. I think they win by over 7 points. Heck, I think they win by over 10 points. That's why I'm taking the Eagles and the 5.5 points. I think that's a great play. And if you like that, go to ProfitX and you can get up to $200 in profit cash. Just use promo code Philly500 and get up to $200 in profit cash. You won't be disappointed. This is the perfect play. Check out the App Store. Use promo code Philly500. So shout out to ProfitX for sponsoring today's video. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, look, Nakobe Dean, he's going to come back, I would assume probably within a game or two. I don't think he plays this weekend. Maybe he probably doesn't play this weekend or versus the Giants. He probably plays when we come back from that Giants game. Remember, the Eagles are going to play the Giants on Thursday after the Broncos game. So we got a Sunday game, then we got a Thursday game. And that Thursday, after that game, we've got to treat it like a mini bye week. If there's guys like Landon Dickerson, those guys, man, they got to get rested, man. So, yes, I expect Nakobe Dean to be back probably in the next few games. But it's going to be very interesting to watch and see what the Eagles do, how they use him, and what's the plan. My guess is this. My guess is that you're going to, I would assume maybe they give some snaps at the edge to Jihad Campbell, but it sounds like from what Vic Fangio is saying, that's really not in the plans right now, but maybe he's just saying that. Maybe he's holding it back. Best case scenario, Nakobe Dean can work in and come in at different spots in that linebacker rotation, stays with the Eagles one more year, signs like a prove-it deal, and then, goes into next season, we're deep as hell at the linebacker position. I think that would be the best case scenario, just to be quite honest with you. Now, the Eagles, we're going to have to see how they use Nakobe Dean when he comes back, and how they use Jihad Campbell, because I do not see Jihad Campbell at all getting replaced. He's too good, he's too young, and he's ready. He's a stud. He's a stud. So you just can't do that. But Nakobe Dean is back nonetheless, and I do think that's a very, very good thing at the end of the day. With that said, take care. I will talk to you later. Just a reminder, we are streaming tomorrow night's game, so look for me for then. With that said, hope you guys have a great day, great night, and yeah, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Listen, I look at this week as very, very critical. Like, not just this week, but the next 4 games. The next 4 games, Denver, Giants, Minnesota, Giants. We've got an opportunity, I think, to turn the offense around right now. How will the Eagles respond? How are they going to go about doing it? I'm expecting A.J. Brown to have a monster game this week. Can't wait to see it. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Denzel Washington, he's out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.